I was staying up late finishing up some schoolwork. It was just me in the house. My parents were out of town and I was an only child. I was upstairs in my room working on some work. Then I hear a bang coming from downstairs. At first, it freaked me out. Then I just thought maybe something just fell, but that was a very large bang for just something to fall over. So let me go check it out, I said. So I went downstairs to go check it out and I see that the window is broken. I was a little scared at first, but then I thought, it's storming outside, so it has to be the storm and the strong winds. I called my parents to let them know what has just happened, but they didn't pick up. I'll just call them later, I tell myself. As I'm walking upstairs, I hear drawers and cabinets open and close rapidly in my kitchen. I walk back downstairs to my kitchen to go check it out, and it's some man. He looks like he's homeless and was looking for some food. He gave me this weird stare and smile and started walking towards me very slowly. What he didn't realize was my knife set was right next to him, but he didn't look back to see it. He tried grabbing me, but I ducked and went over to my knife set and grabbed a knife. I held it in front of me to defend myself and told him to get lost and that I was calling the cops. The man backed away and then jumped out of the broken window and there was no sight of him. Then the police arrived. I told them what has happened and they told me that they never found the man. To this day, I am scared of being alone and I always wonder what would have happened to me if the man saw the knives behind him. Would I still be here telling this story? I am a social influencer. I was going to visit some friends on a weekend. It was a holiday and my friends lived a couple of hours away. So I left in the afternoon and I would be there by nighttime. As I am driving for about an hour, it starts to storm very hard. I can barely see out of the window and the roads were very slippery and I was still about an hour and a half from my friends. So I just told myself to play it safe. And there was a hotel right there. So I decided to stay in the hotel until the storm would pass. I booked a room to stay there for what I thought would just be an hour or two, the most. But looking at the weather report, it looks like I would be there at least until tomorrow morning. I said. I texted my friends about the storm and that I probably wouldn't be there until tomorrow morning. They said it was fine and to sleep it off. As I'm in my hotel room, I notice there's nobody else here besides me. It feels empty, too empty, I told myself. Then, I hear a sudden knock on the door. My eyes widen, and I go to open it up, and right before I do, they say, "Room service." I look confused. Well, because I never ordered any room service. So I politely reply and say, "I'm okay, please just come back again later." Then I hear a crazy laugh. Then there's silence. I slowly approach the door to take a look at the people and see a man holding a knife with a crazy grin look on his face. He then stares at the people as if he knows I'm looking through it, and then he smiles and then starts banging on the door as loud as possible. I back up and call the police. No answer. Then I call the lobby. No answer. Then the banging stops. I hear the man on the other side of the wall trying to get through. So I open the front door and run for it. Then the man is in front of me with a knife and I fall down. He gets on top of me and lifts his knife, and then everything becomes dark. I wake up in my car and call my friends to let them know that I was back on the road and I would be there as soon as possible. I then put my phone down and remember, I don't have any friends and that I'm homeless. Oof, it was just all a bad dream, I said, smiling. As I look to my left, I see the hotel that was in my dream and the man in the window smiling and waving his knife at me. Then the police arrive right in front of me. I wake up again due to an alarm. The alarm says, Get up, everyone, get up. As I get up, there are chains around me. I am locked in a small white room. Then a security guard opens the door in front of me, and that door reads, Mental Institution, our most dangerous criminal. As I'm walking out the door, I remember that wasn't all a dream. That was the story of how I attempted to murder a famous social influencer and killed everyone else in that hotel, and how I ended up here. Just one more year left in here, I say to myself. Then I can make my second attempt. That is why I pleaded crazy to end up in here and not in prison for life. I'm coming for you, social influencer, to finish the job. Me and my friends were playing baseball outside. I pitched my friend the ball. He hit the ball very far and it went into my neighbor's backyard. That was the last ball we had left. My parents told us that we can't get a new ball if it goes into our neighbor's backyard again, and we had to be more careful. So I saw no other choice but to climb over the fence to get our ball. We heard bad things about the neighbor, that once you're in, you don't get out. We were all scared to go, but we all agreed that since my friend hit the ball over the fence, that he should be the one that go gets it. He said, fine, and climbed the fence to go get the ball. We waited a couple minutes for him and nothing. There was no sight of him. Then an hour went by and still nothing. Pure silence. So we went to the front door and knocked on it. No answer. Then the door suddenly creeps open a little and we walk inside. It's a large dark house full of spiderwebs, as if someone wasn't living there in years. We split up and go searching for our friend. I take the middle floor, one of my friends went downstairs to the basement to check, and the other one went upstairs to check. We hear screaming coming from downstairs. My friend runs from upstairs and says, I'll check it out. You go get help. So I immediately run out of the house and I start running back home as fast as I can. As soon as I get home, I tell my parents everything that has happened. As I am telling them, they give me this weird look in disbelief, then laugh. Son, you never had any friends, my parents tell me. My face lit up in shock. I don't know what to believe. Maybe this is all just a bad dream, I tell myself, but it's not. I look out my window at the house and see a man looking straight at me from the window of the house. He has a creepy grin and bends down, then stands back up with my ball with a note on it that reads, Come get it, we're waiting for you. It's now been 5 years later. My parents think I went missing. Maybe if my parents just believed me.